Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. This is Mohor Chaudhary. Welcome to the post-match live show. And joining me for this show is Bharat Ramraj and Vaibhav Tripathi will also be joining us shortly. But what a game did we see? I mean, I don't think any of us expected this tonight. Maybe some did, most of us did not. Lucknow Super Giants have defeated Chennai Super Kings, a team that has already been eliminated, has defeated a team that was trying to climb up that ladder and was eyeing the number fourth position. And it looks like they have somewhat spoiled CSK's party. But of course, we'll be talking about everything and analyzing the teams and the performances. And of course, we also have to talk about the qualification scenario standing today because it's getting more interesting day by day. So, Bharat, I'll go with you first. Explain to our viewers what the qualification scenario looks like now. Can CSK qualify? How many would they have to win?
Obviously, they have to win their next match. There's nothing else one can say. But if you just look at the net run rate is not good. I think that is what might go against them. The net run rate is plus 0.027, and that is not good news for them. Even someone like Rajasthan Royals have a better net run rate than that, 0.082, and obviously they have just have to win the next two matches, next match, and hope that they can qualify. But I think the net run rate will be something that they have to look at. Look at every other team. Royal Challengers Bangalore obviously have a net run rate of 1.053. Gujarat Titans have 0.551, 0.331. All these teams have much better net run rate. I think that is where the problem is, as I noted. See, 12 matches, 6 wins. Yes, they have to win two more, and with 8 wins, you can say that you can qualify. But I think it could really come down to the net run rate, especially if a couple of other teams or two, three other teams also win a couple more matches.
Vaibhav, I'll go to you next. I mean, of course, CSK did not have a very good start to the tournament. They made a comeback from there. Just everything seemed to be, going perfectly. But a loss at this juncture in the tournament, how concerning do you think it is?
Obviously, see, last three games, CSK won all the three of them, and the thing at the point when everything started to come together, click together as a unit, they were playing well. Despite a lot of absentees, despite a lot of injury concerns, they were doing well. But again, when you again the absence of Jamie Orton, was felt today at the Ekana, because he could have been a difference maker, especially during the middle overs phase from 7 to 15. I think Noor did a fantastic job, but he didn't get any sort of support from the other end. Gurjapneet continued to leak runs. Spencer came in and he leaked runs. So I think obviously we said this about Punjab Kings as well. Yesterday I also said the same thing, that even if Arshdeep is bowling well in the power play, then who is there from the other end to support him? There is no one at Punjab Kings. Same with Yuzvendra Chahal during middle overs, that Yuzvendra Chahal will bowl well, but who will give him the support? I think same thing is now happening with CSK. At least happened with them today in this particular game. That Noor bowled, although he didn't pick wickets, but he controlled the game. He applied breaks to LSG scoring with his tight spell. And the other bowler, if he would have gotten support from the other bowlers, I think that would have made a difference at the end. But again, that didn't happen. So I think that tells you losing a player of Jamie Orton's caliber always hurts. And then we said that there is no like-to-like replacement or any sort of replacement for him, given the form in which he was. And that's where CSK got hurt. Their combination didn't win, and what hurt them most was their proven wicket taker, the bowler who has who has worked all the season for them, Anshul Kamboj. He leaked a lot of runs. First over still was good, but the way he was taken to cleaners, I think his second over was the game changing over for me, just because your CSK's best bowler was taken by Mitchell Marsh, LSG's best batter this season. And if you are allowing Mitchell Marsh that start, if he crosses 30, then he becomes a very difficult batter to bowl to. Also, CSK missed a trick by not bowling left arm spin. I understand Josh Inglis plays spin really well, but I think Mitchell Marsh has sort of problems against left arm spin at the start of his innings. Obviously, once he gets it, he becomes a tough batter to stop for any kind of bowler. But I think that CSK missed a trick there. I also think that Akil Hussain could have been better on this wicket as well. Obviously, he got runs. He got hit by Josh Inglis the other day, but I think this wicket, because the boundary dimensions are bigger, so I think he could have made a difference. So overall execution was poor. Team selection, I also think Gurjapneet a high time. He doesn't look like a bowler, at least in this format, where who can guarantee you wickets. I think now it's high time you get out of this left arm strategy and bring in somebody like Akash Madwal, who has done previously well for RR and MI during the middle over and death overs phase. So I think CSK, when they go back home, I think they have to tinker a bit. Maybe not with Spencer Johnson. I think they will still stick with Spencer Johnson just because of his height and high arm release. But I think Gurjapneet is one player who can get replaced in the next game.
And while we're on CSK bowlers, Bharat, my next question to you will be about Anshul Kamboj. I mean, he did impress us a lot at the start of the tournament. He was in the purple cap race, but how would you assess his bowling tonight? What is going wrong with him?
Yeah, maybe it is just different conditions. Maybe it's just having a niggle. See, in these conditions, you need to hit the pitch harder. That is a given. Anshul Kamboj was just getting the ball to kiss the surface. That is what you would say in cricketing terms. He was just getting the ball to kiss the surface out there. And if you do that against batters like Mitchell Marsh, he has been brought up on those wickets at the Wakka in Perth, and he's 6 feet 6 inch batter as well. You need to get it really high up against him. You have to extract some bounce, but if you can't get a single ball over shoulder height against Mitchell Marsh when you're bowling short of a length on a track with pace and bounce, then honestly, if it were a test match, Anshul Kamboj might have given 100 runs in 4 overs against Mitchell Marsh in 5 overs, because he was just getting the ball to kiss the surface out there, and that is not going to work against batters like Aiden Markram or Mitchell Marsh, even Nicholas Puran. And Puran is a very good player of medium pace. If you don't really hit the pitch hard and get it high up, I think that was the key point. He was just getting the ball to kiss the surface. I was kind of disappointed with Gurjapneet Singh because he's 6 feet 6 inch. And the first couple
Hmm.
of overs, he was bowling floaty stuff, bowling slower balls. uh, why has God given you so much height? You are 6 feet 6 inches. Just hit short of length. Please hit short of a length, which is what he did in his third over, and almost got a wicket. So I think that was the problem. Yes, they definitely missed someone like Jamie Orton. The way he was pounding the pitch hard, these conditions were like made in heaven for him. He played on slower wickets, and he missed one match where the conditions were perfectly suited for his style of bowling. So I think this meme was not done by me on Twitter. Some CSK fans have put up some meme of Venkatesh, that Telugu hero. He's some police inspector, it seems, and he's on a hospital bed and he's shouting and screaming that leave me alone. I want to go and catch some robber or whatever it is, and that is how Jamie Orton would be doing, it seems, on a hospital bed in the United Kingdom. As I noted, it's not done by me. Some some CSK fans are doing it on Twitter.
Absolutely love that reference. Vaibhav, how would you assess this pitch? Would you say that it was a good toss to win for LSG because it looked as if it got much easier to bat on? And of course, Mitchell Marsh, the kind of the innings that he played, I mean, very unlucky way of getting out, but he was absolutely dominating throughout.
Definitely, see, it was a very good toss to win, and that is toss was a big factor why I said that LSG will win this game, just because I also thought that this pitch could get better, and the basic thing about these kind of tricky conditions is the team always wants to put in the opposition to bat first and see how the pitch is behaving and how which on which length the bowlers are bowling more, from which length they are getting a lot of help. So I think that is where LSG did the right thing, made the right call. Of all the bowling is their strength, so they could have defended as well, because CSK hasn't been a very good chasing team. If you look at their record, once team post 180 plus, CSK have lost more games, like 80%, 85% of the games since 2018 they have lost. So I think that is one thing, but that didn't distracted LSG. They were very sure about what to do. They because they wanted to see how the pitch is behaving. That's what I said in the pre-match as well, and they saw that pitch is a bit on the trickier side, but and in the second innings, I think Ruturaj has also mentioned, although it was a tongue-in-cheek remark that it could have gone better, but it definitely got better because the way Akash Singh was bowling in the power play, he was hitting the hard lines, and it made life difficult for good pull shot or hook shot batters like Ruturaj Gaikwad and Samson. They play short ball reasonably well. I won't say a hell lot good, but they played the short ball reasonably well. But they were hurried, and Gaikwad accepted it. That pitch was slightly on the trickier side when they were batting, especially in the first 6 overs. Later on, if you look at after 14th over or 13th over mark, I think it got better. You will see Karthik Sharma, even Shivam Dubey hitting through the line. I think it got better, definitely got better. Dew held it the cause. I was seeing the, you know, broadcaster's camera, then everything, the tires were getting wet, so there was definite dew. But having said that, if you are bowling same length and at a 125 132 pace to Mitchell Mars, it's a nothing ball. Like the first three balls that Anshul Kamboj bowled, same length, becoming predictable in this kind of format. You cannot be predictable with your lengths, and that is where he
He
went
did the
wrong.
same
And
in the previous match as well. Same
yes,
lens.
see,
Yeah.
Anshul Kamboj, you expect better from him because he has played so much cricket now. I'm not talking about IPL cricket overall. If you look at his career for Haryana as well, this year leader of the pace attack for CSK. So you expected better, and that's where I think that again that game that over was game changing. But Akash Singh's nothing to take away from his spell. The way he came in and bowled in his first game, I think it was superb. And as I said in the pre-match as well, that power play battle could decide which way this
Hmm.
game would go. Although CSK posted a par total, I would say that was a par total given the conditions, how challenging they were. But I think Akash Singh's spell really made the difference. Those 3 wickets, and especially Ruturaj Gaikwad and Sanju Samson, the way they started. But again, on trickier conditions, again it raises a question: how many times Sanju Samson or Ruturaj Gaikwad have bailed their team out when the pitches have been seam friendly this season? So I think that's a big question. That was the question for me before the start of the match as well, and even post match as well. We are discussing this, that again they faltered to conditions when they were challenging.
Also,
Of
at
course,
one
since we're
point,
talking about, yeah,
just one small point on it. See, I
yeah,
understand there might be a little more nip in the first innings for LSC's bowlers, but because of the due conditions, suddenly the pace and bounce won't get reduced, right? The
yeah.
pace and bounce was still there. I think that was the key difference between these two attacks was LSC's pace bowlers hit the pitch harder. When there is pace and bounce, you have to hit the pitch harder while CSK Spacers kind of got the ball to kiss the surface, and that is why they didn't get that kind of kicking bounce or the lift from the surface. I think that was the
I
key
think I
difference.
think only Mukesh Chaudhary
Spencer,
tried that.
and
Only
Spencer,
Mukesh Chaudhary tried that
and
from his
Spencer,
end. Spencer
Spencer
Johnson to an
Johnson.
extent, because
Yes,
I expected more from Spencer Johnson because of his height. But Mukesh Chaudhary is swing bowler. He a lot of times he tries to swing the ball. But today what he did, he knew that the ball is not moving a lot. So what he did, that sharp bouncer to Josh Inglis. He was hit by a boundary and then he responded with a sharp bouncer. So at least he tried to bowl that length. Other bowlers, if you look at an Anshul Kamboj, even Spencer Johnson, look at the way Abdul Samad hit him for six. And next ball, same length, he missed it. He missed it. He was outpaced by the bowler. But again, the length was not there. It could have been a bit more shorter. You could have used your height like Gurjapneet. Bharat also mentioned about Gurjapneet. Gurjapneet could have changed the angle, used more bouncers, used his height to a great effect, but that didn't happen. So I think poor execution, poor planning from the tall bowlers of CSK.
Yeah, absolutely. Bharat, now that we've brought up CSK batting, I mean, we were talking about this in the pre-match live as well, that top order was far is far more reliable. Middle order is not, I mean, is inconsistent. But today we saw the top order faltered. But there's this one very young talent who is coming up, and he has been maintaining crazy consistency over the last few games. Very mature, his shot selection, pacing the innings wise, very mature. How would you assess Karthik Sharma so far? He was brought in for a lot of money. Would you say he has been worth it?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe on a long-term basis, I think it's worth it because CSK are perhaps looking at him as a long-term investment. See, he's a pretty good player of Spain. I have watched him in Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy quite a bit, and he went after Karnataka spinners in one of the games. Maybe it was a Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy game only. So he understands, I think, the right kind of bowlers that he has to target. Today as well, when Shabaz Ahmad, I think, came into the picture, he went after him. Yes, there could be a few things that he has to improve. It could be against hard length, a few other areas of concern. But he's very young, so he will definitely improve. He has the skills, he has the power hitting skills. He's someone who can play those big shots. So considering all that, I think he has a bright future. And also, I have to say, even someone like Mukul Chowdhury, the reserve wicketkeeper of Rajasthan, has a bright future ahead of him. That is, if LSG shows some faith in him. I don't know what kind of a setup LSG have in terms of their
Of
backroom
course.
staff, because they keep changing, chopping and changing. But yes, Karthik Tyagi definitely looks like it's a mature head on his shoulders.
Karthik Sharma.
No, sorry, Karthik
Karthik
Sharma has
Sharma.
a mature.
Karthik Tyagi is playing
Sorry,
tomorrow.
sorry,
Karthik Tyagi is
sorry,
tomorrow.
sorry, sorry,
Tomorrow.
sorry,
He's
sir.
playing tomorrow.
I put my hands up because I think I've talked too much about Karthik Tyagi. So Karthik
Yeah.
Sharma is someone who has a bright future ahead of him. It's not just about Karthik Sharma. See, you look at the kind of players who are coming out from the Rajasthan cricketing system. There's Ashok Sharma as well.
Mm.
There was Kamlesh Nagarkoti. Unfortunately, he's lost his way out. There is obviously I've already noted about Mukul. So they have enough cricketers coming to the system. Hopefully, you will see more from not just Karthik Sharma but others as well from the Rajasthan setup.
I think only one
Absolutely.
thing
Yeah.
about Karthik Sharma that he can improve apart from his work, his game against pace bowling, is he can look to rotate the strike more. I think two players are
Mm.
there in this CSK lineup that either they hit boundaries or it try to occupy the crease for the longer time, and that is one is Karthik Sharma and other one is Dewald Brevis. Dewald Brevis in the
Yeah.
last game also, either he tries to hit the shot, big sixes, big boundaries, or else he will not even take a single, and that's the problem. I think Karthik Sharma, even today, the dot balls that he played, he could have easily worked those balls to gaps and take singles. I think strike rotation is the key even in this format, and we have seen greats like Virat only that have done that. So I think going ahead, Karthik Sharma, I think Michael Hussey can work on this better with him. That when there is a opportunity, don't eat up balls. When there is a batter who's a reliable, not a tail ender, then you can easily milk the singles. You can easily rotate the strike. Don't play dot balls. The only basis, don't eat up balls. Don't play dot balls because doesn't matter. It's not worth it if you are playing four dot balls and you are hitting fifth for a six. Then already it's 6 runs of 5 deliveries. It's not making any sort of difference in that over. So I think that's one aspect of his game he can work on.
Absolutely. Vaibhav, my next question will go to you. Yes, LSG have won the game. Batting has been good. The openers did a good job, but where was Rishabh Pant? That is a big question at this point. He's the captain of the team. He is the number four batter. Where was Rishabh Pant?
See, if you ask me, I don't think it was a decision of Rishabh Pant not to come out. There was no injury concerns because I watched the match completely. He was not hobbling. He was not struggling with his hamstring or anything like that. He was all fine. I think it's not Rishabh Pant who didn't come out to bat. I think Rishabh Pant was told not to go out to bat. Abdul Samad was promoted because he was brought in for this game.
Yeah.
Mukul Chaudhary was promoted because he was brought in for this game. Otherwise, Rishabh Pant against RCB, look how he batted. He batted really well in the last game against RCB this venue. So it's not like Rishabh Pant is completely out of touch. But the way he finished that game, I think in the first innings, that would have given him a lot of confidence. So he is still in that fine nick. At least when the required run rate is 6 or 7, Rishabh Pant would be more than happy to go out and finish the job and take his team through. But I don't think it was Rishabh Pant's call to not come out to bat. I think it was clear. It was not a Herculean task for LSG to chase down that Rishabh Pant was hiding. It was a very simple task. Even Mohammad Shami could have made a game out of that, given that he smashed a six and took the team to a super over in that game. I think it was against KKR only. So I think it was not Rishabh Pant's call. I think he has already said there are too many brains in that setup. One is Justin Langer, Tom Moody is there as director of cricket, Lance Klusner is there. So I'm not going to point a gun to any either of three. The Holy Trinity is there. Obviously, all experienced coaches. One is former Australian coach, head coach Justin Langer. Then Tom Moody is a former SRH title-winning coach, 2016. And then obviously Lance Klusner has enjoyed success with DSG. So I think a lot of brains. So I don't think it was Rishabh Pant's call. He was not hiding. He was asked to be sit down. That's what my thinking is. If somebody asks Rishabh Pant, I think he will give you a better answer, but I don't think it was Rishabh Pant who was hiding.
Okay, so that's one take. Bharat, I would want you to assess LSG bowlers, and by bowlers I mean the younger lot. We have been talking about Prince Yadav quite a bit, but the new bowler Akash Singh today, the debutant for LSG, pretty impressive performance for the first game.
You see, I don't think he's a new bowler in the sense that
He
he's been
made
around
debut
for
last
long.
season, I think,
Yeah, yeah,
for LSG.
he's been around.
For
He's been
for
around for
LSG.
long. Yeah,
LSG
yeah.
only. LSG, he was
Okay, okay.
retained. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
He's
yeah.
been around.
This season, this is his first game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been around for long. Vast team in the
Yeah,
under
he's played for
19.
multiple teams. So
Under
Yeah,
19,
yeah.
yeah,
his
I
partnership
remember.
with Sushant
Yes,
Mishra, I
yes,
think,
yes, yes, yes,
if
yes.
I'm not wrong.
2020,
Yes.
2020 under
I
19
remember
World Cup.
seeing him in other teams, but yeah.
2020 under 19 World Cup, he was around. So it's been around for a while. Suddenly, somewhere in 2022, he disappeared. Somewhere he vanished in the sense that obviously he got injured. Couple of seasons he was not around. And yes, then he made a comeback into the world of IPL. And he's been doing reasonably well in a few matches. I think hit the right length. So that is the key part about his success today. He found the right length, hit a hard length, and got some bounce, a little bit of nip as well. So I credit to him. He bowls a decent pace, and he has the left arm angle as well. So considering all that, I think Akash did quite well. Obviously, he's senior to someone like Ashok Sharma, very much friends with his Rajasthan teammate. And yes, obviously, he was also a partner in crime with Sushant Mishra, as Vaibhav said, right from the Under-19 World Cup in 2020. Hopefully, all he has come through all those injuries because he has been out of action. He was out of action for at least a year or so. And considering others, maybe Prince Yadav didn't exactly have the best of time. But I guess it came down to the last over when for some reason he bowled too full because Shivam Dubey is someone who uses the reach really well, and if you miss the Yorker, then he will definitely hit a lot of sixes. So he kept missing those Yorkers, and he was smashed around. But he will definitely come good at some point of time, and good to see Mayank Yadav after his first over. He got it right in the next 3 overs. Maybe what can I say? He's a hip dominant fast bowler. For hip dominant fast bowler, you would say rhythm is very important. Momentum through the crease is very important. Maybe that is why his rhythm was perhaps not there in the first couple of games. But after the first over, it looked better the way he was getting that momentum to the crease. Hopefully, he will build on this performance. I guess I've covered all these young bowlers for the day. When it comes to LSC.
Perfectly summed up. Vaibhav, we've also been talking a lot about Shivam Dubey and the fact that he was inconsistent throughout the tournament. How did he look today? Did he look better? And does it augur well for Chennai Super Kings going forward?
Yeah, I think still there is a question mark on Shivam Dubey, the finisher. I don't think he's completely comfortable in that role. The good thing is today Karthik Sharma, Deval Brevis also contributed. Shivam Dubey, I think Prashant Veer looks like a player who has got a lot of unorthodox shots, who can play the scoops and ramps really well. I think he has practiced that shot a lot with MS, looking from behind. So I think that is one thing that has come good for CSK from this particular game, and they will take the confidence. He we just because of his seniority now, because Shivam Dubey is a senior, he's been with franchisee since 2022. So I think that is why, because him being a senior player and there are not many experienced player around, that is why he's been given that tough role. Finishing is always obviously a tough role in limited overs cricket, and that is why your senior players have to do that job. I think today it was the day, but I still have my I still have my reservations around Shivam Dubey, his role as finisher. I think he's still one batter who is four, number five. I think is best. 6 or 7, I think it's stat too low for him. But again, CSK have no options but to make him a bat in that position, because they tried Karthik Sharma at 6, but he couldn't be molded into a finisher. Obviously, very new and takes his time. If you look at Karthik Sharma's innings progression, 20 out of 20
Yeah.
of 20 balls. So he takes a bit of time before going on. Again, that problem of not rotating the strike, even when there is opportunity, not rotating the strike. I think he will learn as he will go ahead in his career. But I think that is the role of Shivam Dubey. I think going ahead in the next two games, it will become more important, because SRH bowling lineup has been in form, barring the last game. Obviously, last game against GT, that didn't go well for them. But against Gujarat Titans, that game in Ahmedabad, obviously has got good memories in Ahmedabad. But I think that will be a huge task. Obviously, GT strength hasn't been their death bowling, but still, you have to face tough bowlers, and tough games are ahead of Shivam Dubey.
Absolutely. Bharat, one last question to you before I take some comments from our viewers. We don't know about retentions yet, but have LSG finally found their fixed opening pair?
I don't know. I don't think so. I already given you the answer, the three options. Anyway, returning to serious answer, I understand. I will leave aside that light-hearted moment. Returning to the serious answer, yes, they might have in English, but never know because someone like I think Eden Markram is perfectly suited to these conditions,
Yeah.
opening the batting. If you look at logic, he should be opening the batting somewhere with Mitchell Marsh because both are very good with horizontal bat shots. If anything, Aiden Markram is a better player of horizontal bat shots than Josh English, whatever I've seen of both of them. If they're going to prepare these kind of conditions next season as well, I'm just using that as a hypothesis for the next season. Then you would say these two are your best bets, but yes, they might have found one. Inksy English is a good player as well, although I would still look at him as someone who bats maybe
Number
slightly down
three.
the order. Yeah.
Number
What is
three.
number three? He's kind of floater. He can bat even at.
Hmm.
I've seen him bat at 5 as well. He can be used as a floater between those positions 3, 4, 5. But yeah, if you ask me logically, I think Markram and Mitchell Marsh
Hmm.
are the two best openers in these kind of conditions that we see in Lucknow. So that would be my answer. Yes, I would just add one more light-hearted moment. Today I went from Bharatpur in Rajasthan to Hapur in Uttar Pradesh. That is basically Karthik Sharma to Karthik Tyagi. So
Oh, yeah.
I took a connecting point between Bharatpur in Rajasthan to Hapur in Uttar Pradesh.
Perfect. Vaibhav, there's a comment for you. Fitmonk is saying all night ghazal and sad songs loading. This isn't easy to digest. 2 points bottled at this stage. My yellow army stays strong. Vaibhav bhai, just because you are wearing black does not mean you're not CSK Paglu. Please join us in this sad defeat tonight.
I
Your
don't know. I
thoughts.
think I think from the next game, just because in my own team, I have heard a lot of times people saying that I am a CSK fan. I think from next time I have to wear this label on my forehead, that unbiased, neutral supporter of this game, because I don't support any team now. It's just
That is why he's wearing black.
that's it. Again, I have always been a fan of only one man, that is MS Dhoni. Once he left the team, once he stops leading a team, then automatically my affection gets low. So obviously, Chennai Super Kings are like any other team. It's just I follow them more because obviously the connections are still there at CSK. So only because of that reasons. Otherwise, I am very neutral. And see again. Looking at their performance, I would still say that given the number of injuries that happened to their first choice players, whether it was Nathan Ellis to Khalil Ahmed to Ayush Matre
Ayush
to
Matre.
Jimmy Horton. So 5 6 injury concerns, and despite that, if you are in a position where you can still qualify, I think they have done a reasonable job despite all the criticism and everything. I think they are short of resources, is what I would say. They don't have resources. The best resources, their best resources are all gone. And now, if they pull a rabbit out of the hat from this position to qualify, then it would be hats off to Ruturaj Gaikwad and Stephen Fleming, both also Sanju Samson, because now he's a part of the leadership group. So I think that would take some effort, but I won't say it's a bad season for them. I think a lot of learnings, and they punched definitely they punched above their weights in this season, given the injury concerns that hampered their season. I think they did really well.
Okay, Bharat, we'll take this comment. CSK are done for the season and they ain't winning any of their remaining matches. One more person says CSK is out. Now they will do celebrity worshipping in last match. What are your thoughts?
Never say never. You never say never in sports. Anything can happen. I've seen some of the craziest things, not just in cricket, in all kinds of sports. So you can't say such things. CSK can still qualify. Yes, the net run rate is not good. I've already noted. Yes, there are a couple of, especially one tough match, I think, coming up for them. So, but still, they shouldn't give up hopes because they fought hard. In sport, anything can happen. Somewhere in 1996, I think it was Olympics. I guess Gail Davis beat Marinotti in a 100-meter sprint only because she put her head in front, while Merlinotti didn't put her head in front at the final mark. So that tells you that anything can happen in sports. It's just a basis of fine margins. So I think CSK will still hope that they can qualify from here. But yes, they have especially one tough match coming up.
I think
Absolutely.
they would also be hoping that Punjab Kings loses their remaining match. Also, it will be Rajasthan Royals' fourth position to lose, because they have 3 games remaining. If Rajasthan loses their at least 2 games, then it will be easy for CSK. And Punjab also have tough games. Next they play RCB. So I think Punjab has tough games ahead. Rajasthan have tough games ahead. I think Bharat only written that piece on Rajasthan Royals, how they are losing the plot, whether it's Jofra
Hmm.
Archer or the other bowlers. So I think if and also how they come back from a long gap, at times player get restless a bit. So I think that will be a challenge for Rajasthan Royals. That's why I'm saying that it's still open for CSK, because Punjab have tough games ahead, Rajasthan have tough games ahead. CSK definitely has tough games ahead against SRH, but that is at home. Against Gujarat, I would still give them a chance, just because still Gujarat is top heavy. It doesn't matter how many runs of Washington Sundar scores or whoever it scores, they are still a top heavy side. You just blow away top order, it makes things easier for you. So I think Gujarat is still a beatable side. SRH is still a better side than Gujarat in my opinion, and that will be if they beat SRH, I think they'll be good to go against GT.
Absolutely. So the
Even in
table
the
has
world of
opened up.
even the
Yeah.
world of IPL, one can think of that example that what Mumbai Indians did against Rajasthan Royals. I was covering that game, writing the report about 12 years ago. So, and anything can happen. They chased on 114,
True.
14 overs, and that crazy thing with net and rate where they had to hit some six or whatever it is 12 years ago. So anything can
I
Well,
was
happen.
that's
I
what
was
sport is.
I was at Eden in 2017 when KKR were playing a certain franchisee and they knocked them over for 49. So I was there at that game. So crazy things happens in sport.
Yeah, another
How
one
is
again.
it that after every match, this is the conclusion? After every match, 49 is the conclusion. I
we
don't
are
like
we are
this.
talking about the craziest things happening.
Yeah,
And let me tell
like,
you, the craziest thing that I have seen is a team getting bundled out for 15 runs in BBL. I guess if I'm not wrong, it was Adelaide Strikers or Brisbane Heat getting out for 15 runs, just 15, 1-5.
Yes.
I haven't seen a crazier thing than
You
this.
know, another crazy thing that happened, most of them would know that I'm perhaps Rafael Nadal's biggest fan. So he was playing against Danny Medvedev 2022 Australian Open final. Two sets to love down. Third set he was 3-0 down. and he was 0-40 down. Then I went outside, and there is a Shirdi Sai Baba temple here. I pray to God, do something, do some miracle, because I knew that he won't win in the Australian Open. I knew that then itself, because he was getting quite old. And I came back. He had broken back Danny Medvedev, and he went on to win in 5 sets, 7-5 in the fifth set. So miracles do happen. Maybe my prayers were answered that day.
Well,
So
the
Chennai
table
Super
is
Kings also, they also have to go and pray today. Maybe I'm not saying to Shirdi Sai Babas. Maybe
somewhere.
someone else, somewhere
So
else.
the IPL table looks very interesting at this point. It has opened up, and of course, we will have all of our eyes on the table. The next few games are going to be very interesting and do or die ones. So please keep your eyes on the games, and of course, keep your eyes on Ref Sports. As of now, we've come to the end of our live show. Thank you so much for watching and dropping your comments down below. Thank you so much, Bharat and Weber, for joining, of course. And tomorrow, do not forget to stay tuned to Ref Sports, because we'll all be there outside of the Eden Garden Stadium in Kolkata covering KKR versus Gujarat Titans. So don't forget to join us then. And bye and good night for tonight. Thank you so much. And like, share, and subscribe to our channel.